And we are live. Yay. Awesome. You love to see it.
Let's go.
Welcome back to Stack and Shed Podcast. You may notice the not so beautiful background of mine, but different location, same stuff. Week 1 is done. You love to see it. We only have, 19 more weeks until we have to do another 6 months of pain. So, awesome. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. So, yeah, football is back. We needed it so bad. And then we got a great game to start the season off. Thursday was amazing.
That was a better game than most people were expecting.
Well, see, what happened was I think I brushed up on this last episode. The Buccaneers defense was getting all this credit for the Super Bowl run last year, and rightfully so. They played well. But can we stop acting like they were like a top 5 defense? Because they are not, dude. They were so bad. And then the Cowboys were just exploiting it. I mean, they were just, destroying the corners because they couldn't play. I mean, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb all had huge games. Even Tony Pollard had a good game catching the ball. Even Zeke got a couple catches, even though he didn't do anything with them because, it's Zeke. But, yeah, I mean, Dak played a good game, I thought, for his first game back.
That great game.
Did you notice he changed his throwing motion, though? Did you see that? His throwing motion changed pretty different. He was throwing
I never looked at Dak's throwing motion, to be honest.
He was throwing it like Phillip Rivers. He was really throwing it like Phillip Rivers. If you actually go back and watch that game, he was throwing like Phillip Rivers. But it worked. Tampa Bay couldn't stop him. They lost Sean Murphy-Bunting to it looked like an arm injury.
I think it was like a dislocated elbow or something like that.
Yeah, it could be a lot worse. He got away with a lot there. And Zeke was bad. Wow. Shocker.
Tony Pollard.
But yeah, I mean...
Tony Pollard train.
It's funny because we have such a good game by Dallas, and then DeMarcus Lawrence breaks his foot in practice. Lyle Collins gets suspended for 5 games. And there's a third thing. Oh, and either Lamb... Yeah, I think CeeDee Lamb is on injured reserve or something like that.
Gallup is...
Gallup's always the one I forget. I know he's good, but I always forget him in that receiving room. Sorry. Yeah, so it was a good game. Brady bailed that defense out, though, because that was not a good defense.
Can I just mention that I'm upset that for Tampa Bay we barely got to see any Scotty Miller nor Jalen Darden?
I mean, dude, when are you going to put him on the field? Because Antonio Brown is finally playing like a wide receiver 1. All right? I mean, Evans is, I guess, like the one that you would take playing time away from because he sucked last week. I mean, he was bad. He had 2 drops. And after that,
yeah, my fantasy team did not appreciate that, even though he was on my bench, thankfully.
Yeah. I mean, Godwin was able to play well, even though he had a fumble that almost cost him the game. And I know Antonio Brown looked like the wide receiver 1, which I don't know how many people would have called that. So it was a good game, but Tampa Bay has a lot of things to work out, especially on the defensive side of the ball. They have some things they really need to work. It was a good game, though. Good way to start the season. A not very good game. Listen.
Oh, my. The Falcons and Eagles.
I don't even know what to say about the Falcons. I don't know what to say.
What in the world happened? I know your defense. Everyone knows that your defense is bad, but
your offense?
Your offense only putting up 6 points
with Arthur Smith, being the guru that made Derrick Henry good, and then you go out there and you have Pitts, Ridley, Matt Ryan, and you give
Russell Gage,
and you end up just running Mike Davis into a bad offensive line for half the game. What are you doing, dude? Air it out. You guys suck. If you're gonna suck. Which is something I didn't understand.
At least be exciting.
Exactly. if you're gonna only, if your defense is gonna allow 40 points, put up 25. Do something. I mean, it just made no sense. The defense was atrocious. Even Deion Jones and Grady Jarrett can't do anything when everyone puts their attention on them and they force practice squad guys to make plays. Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. Eagles just were better. I mean, I was impressed with Hurts. He had a good game. I don't know if I would say great, But good game. Devonta Smith looked good. He was getting open every time. Again, it's the Falcons' defense, so
Yeah.
we'll see the real. But I mean, I wouldn't call the Eagles the favorite because they beat up a really bad Atlanta team. Just me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, technically, right now the Eagles are first in the NFC East.
I mean, is that really something to brag about, though? I mean, yeah.
Absolutely is not, but technically, to all the Cowboys fans out there, the Eagles are in first right now, technically.
As a technicality, yeah, that's for sure. I think this was the upset of the week. I think I'm going to say it. I think this was the upset of the week. That's Steelers-Bills.
Episode. Game?
Yeah, that was bad. That was really bad. I called it an episode because it wasn't a game.
I didn't even get to see the game. I just saw the score afterwards, and I'm like, what?
It wasn't a... I watched the game. Well, I watched Red Zone. And Red Zone has this beautiful funk. Totally legal, by the way. To assume I did otherwise is just mean. The thing with Red Zone is they always like to show sacks and stuff during when there's really nobody in the red zone. And every time it went away from my red zone, it was Josh Allen on the ground. It was just,
Allen.
Here, Jamar Chase just caught a 50-yard touchdown. Now here's Josh Allen dead on the field. Oh, look, T. Higgins, 25-yard touchdown. Oh, look, Josh Allen is still dead on the field. I mean, it was awful. I mean, the only thing I could say about the game beside, the Steelers just dominated on defense, was Roethlisberger still has an arm. Not a strong one, but he has an arm. I wasn't impressed with either team, really. I think Steelers just the Steelers didn't really win. The Bills just lost, and I don't think the Steelers beat many teams playing like they did yesterday. The defense was good. The offense was... Najee was not good. As much as my fantasy team needed him to be good, he wasn't. So, that sucks. But, we'll see. Bills have a lot of work, and hopefully New England can capitalize that in a few weeks, because we need it. Did you watch the Vikings-Bengals game? Because I did.
Most of these games were early games, so yeah. I did not.
The Bengals are really going to produce and just barely let Zach Taylor keep his job. I can just feel it. I feel so bad.
Yeah.
Because
I had so much church stuff last Sunday, so I barely got to watch. I didn't get to watch any of the morning games. I got to watch barely half of the afternoon games.
That's tough. No, so Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are good. Jamar Chase is fine. The preseason drops were just preseason. But
he was putting on a ruse.
Exactly. But there's an issue here, and that's that the Bengals defense sucks. Surprising. And it's that Zach Taylor tried his best to sell this game away. He tried his best. He was doing a good job. I think he still thinks he's trying to tank. Even though if he tanks again, I'm pretty sure he's going to get the can. It was bad. It was really bad. It was really bad.
He's just being a good guy and giving his successor a good draft pick.
I don't understand Zach Taylor, man. He hasn't been it, dude. His offensive game plan is really not good. Joe Mixon was saving him on a lot of rushes. He had 130 yards pretty much rushing. Joe Burrow had a good game.
Joe Mixon is good? Who would have thought?
Literally nobody. Okay. Nobody ever puts Joe Mixon in a top 10 running back conversation.
I do.
Beside you. Okay, beside you. Nobody does it beside you. Okay? Just saying. Just nothing happens. I mean, dude, the Bengals suck. And so does the Vikings because they lost to the said Bengals. Both teams suck. NFC North sucks.
Yes.
Speaking of the NFC.
Yes, they do.
And then, in conclusion, the Lions are the best NFC North team.
The West divisions are the best divisions.
Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, it's atrocious. The Lions lost. Kind of funny. Goff... there's a Goff. You know how there's a Fitzpatrick cycle?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to imagine that with Jared Goff. He plays shitty, and they lose. They play a game, they still lose, but they're in garbage time. He puts up 250 yards in garbage time. People hype up Goff, and then they suck again. And it's just a cycle. And they just go around and around about it. It's the same thing. He sucks, but he put up 200-something yards in the fourth quarter in garbage time, and all of a sudden they had a chance to almost win because the 49ers were just coasting. And they ended up losing. The Lions suck. 49ers defense, I would be really concerned about. You can't allow 33 to Jared Goff. I don't care if they're garbage time minutes, dude. You can't do it.
Yeah. Did they also lose? Then Jason Verrett tear his ACL again.
Yeah, Verrett tore his ACL, and Mostert is getting season-ending knee injury. Or knee surgery, sorry. Not knee injury. Knee surgery.
What's the backup for Elijah Mitchell?
Who had a really good game, 100 yards. He had a good game.
Yeah, I picked him up off waivers and dropped Zach Moss.
Yeah. Oof. Sorry about that. Yeah, yeah. The only thing about the 49ers, did you see what Kyle Shanahan said about Brandon Ayuk?
No.
Which, as someone who actually drafted Brandon Ayuk in one of my leagues, it was great to see. He pretty much said he's not good enough to be a top 3 receiver on the team.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oof. That's not something you want to say about your former first-round pick.
So, not good to hear. I guess it's like what's sad is he's still better than N'Keal Harry. So, yeah.
I don't think that's hard to do.
No, he's at least. Oh my God, N'Keal Harry's coming back in a few weeks. Oh, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for that, mentally or physically. Seahawks Colts was pretty boring. I'll be honest. It was the most boring game I think of the week, beside one more game that we'll talk about later. Yeah,
and Russ cooked.
Dude, we're starting to get a Seahawks cycle too. Okay, the Seahawks start the season balls to the walls on their offensive game. They play action. They do everything right. They do well, and then Pete Carroll comes along in week 6, and he says, we need to go against the tendencies, and just runs HB dive 30 times a game and doesn't play action out of it. And then they lose, and then they suck. So I like the game, but I don't think it's not gonna stay on for long. But that's what Pete Carroll does. He's done it every year since they won that Super Bowl. They start off good, play well.
Who knows why? It
suck.
makes no sense.
I don't. It's just like why he always drafts guys in the first round that are like 3rd round, 4th round talents. It's just his thing, dude. Him and Mike Mayock they just love it. Yeah, and the Colts defense sucked, which is kind of something I didn't expect to say today. But yeah, Colts defense was terrible.
Yeah, they need some better help in their secondary. That's their weakest part of their defense.
They need some better help there, and Darius Leonard needs to play better because that
seems to be a premium nowadays. Is that a lot of teams don't seem to have enough depth or like really quality secondary players.
Yeah. I mean, but it's kind of expected, especially with how COVID has really changed how rosters are constructed. It's really, you have to put a lot of emphasis on the offense because, again, that's where you're going to win a lot of the regular season games. So you're seeing less and less teams carry so many linebackers, and that's why Darius Leonard can't play, like he did, and just get left out there. So, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of what the Colts did last week. Hopefully it's just a Seahawks thing and they get it over with, but I wasn't a fan. Wentz looked good. I will say that. Wentz looked good. The Chargers game was a snooze fest. That sucks.
Or Fitzpatrick.
Yeah. He's in his part of his cycle. It's just sped up a little bit, okay? What's gonna happen?
I don't think injury has ever been part of that cycle, though.
No, but it's you could kind of attribute it. He's gonna sit down on the bench / getting injured, and then Heineke will play well. Then he'll struggle, and then they'll put Fitzpatrick in, and he'll play like an MVP candidate into the playoffs, lose a playoff game, get another contract, rinse and repeat. He does it every year. It's just a little sped up this year. I feel bad for him, though. I hope he comes back. Heineke, though, he looked good. I just don't think Heineke is the answer, personally. But he looked good.
Yeah.
But that's the thing with Washington. You don't need a quarterback to go out there and put up 400 yards. You just need to give it to Antonio Gibson, give it to Terry McLaurin, run the ball, play good defense, and you're going to win games.
I wish they gave it to Terry McLaurin a bit more.
Yeah, well, they probably should, but, it is what it is. Oh, hold on. You don't want to see my mirror reflection. Sorry about that. But, yeah, and then So Herbert had a good game, but overall,
surprise.
The Chargers definitely looked a little underwhelming. I was expecting them to put up some more points. Keenan Allen played well, but I would like to see them actually target Keenan Allen a little bit more and get Jalen Guyton a little bit more involved. I think he had a touchdown, but that was about it. The Jets game was boring. I don't know if you watched it.
Or Zach Wilson.
Yeah, Zach Wilson played well. He was the only part of the Jets that showed up. Everyone else kind of didn't.
He almost single-handedly led that comeback.
Yeah. Corey Davis played well. It's surprising because in Tennessee he never really looked like he really wanted it. He played well at times, but he never really was the X factor. He was great with Zach Wilson last week. The only issue is with Zach Wilson is he got hit a stupid amount of times. It was like 13 times he got hit total, 6 sacks. It was atrocious. He was getting hit left, right, and center. You can't do that to a rookie. You just can't. And that Jets offensive line is 2-3 years away.
Especially when you lose your best starting offensive lineman and he's going to be out for like 6 weeks.
Yeah, I think he had to have a minor knee surgery to get some stuff out. Yeah, not good. The only thing about the Jets that I'm actually excited about, personally, besides Zach Wilson, is get Michael Carter involved, man. Tevin Coleman is not a bell cow running back. He's not. Come on. Crazy. Sorry. Forgot to mute my phone. So yeah, sorry about that. Jaguars and Texans. Okay. Raise your hand if you had the Texans blowing out Jacksonville on your week 1 bingo cards. Because I don't think anyone did. At all. Yeah, no. It was bad.
There are apparently reports that Urban Meyer's already on the hot seat.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Jacksonville, they're just bad. They're just bad. Sorry, I have to text the person I was with. 1 second. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. How do you have James Robinson. Mm-hmm. You also have Carlos Hyde, who's not terrible.
Yep.
But you decide to throw out 51 times with a rookie quarterback, and your whole team's already struggling.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense to me. I mean, and the thing with Trevor Lawrence, it wasn't even really the 3 interceptions. I'd give maybe 1 or 2 his fault. He made a couple bad throws. I think one was tipped. My thing with Trevor Lawrence, my issue with him, again, like you said, is he just didn't have any support. I mean, he made a couple great throws to DJ Shark. He made a couple great throws in general, but geez, man, you got to let him run the ball. You know, I know you lost Etienne, but you have literally a guy who had 1,400 rushing yards last season. Just turn around and give him the ball. It's Houston.
Heck, you can even use Laviska Shenault as a running back too.
That was my thing. It's not like it's, I don't know, Tampa Bay's front 7 where you can't run. Okay, I understand that. It's not like it's, I don't know, like you have Chris Jones over there. It's the freaking Texans, man. Just run the ball. It's stupid. And then the Texans, hey, I did say though in our predictions that Tyrod Taylor was 28-12 versus the spread. So I did say to pick Houston week 1. I didn't expect a blowout though. So I'm not going to take credit for that. However, it was still beautiful. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was a beautiful game. I just love watching bad teams get beat by even worse teams. It's beautiful. This is poetic.
It's the first tank bowl of the season.
Yeah. and there'll be another one later that'll be even better.
Yeah, that's true, because they're in the same division.
Yeah, Houston. I think Houston's in first in the AFC South. Could you imagine?
Are they really?
Yeah, they are. Every other AFC South team lost. Colts, Titans.
Oh, that's true.
And
that's true. They did.
Jaguars.
Wow.
Could you imagine the storylines if Houston makes the playoffs with Tyrod Taylor?
Oh my! If Houston makes the playoffs with that roster,
Nick Cassero deserves just all the money. Just give him all of the money.
Give him coach of the year. Give him unlimited salary cap, and give him the first overall pick.
No, he's the GM. He's the GM, but he deserves everything. I think Dave Culley is the head coach. Dave Culley.
Give Culley the.
Yeah.
Give Culley the.
Culley, yeah. He had him playing good. It's just I don't think it'll happen versus any other team in the league. That's just me. Browns Chiefs. I'll be honest, I didn't watch this game at all.
I got to see like a little bit of it, but I saw the score mainly. I was like, the Browns are actually doing it. They're actually doing it.
Yeah.
Then the defense just completely fell apart, and they just decided they didn't want to even try to tackle Patrick Mahomes on his rushing touchdown.
I think I'm finally starting to see, as a Patriots fan, why everyone hated Brady for so long. Because it's the same thing with Mahomes. It's another team is beating, and then Mahomes, fourth quarter, touchdown, game over.
The defense just like loses all of its brain cells in the fourth quarter against Mahomes for some reason. It makes no sense. It's like,
and it's funny.
What are you doing?
It's funny because the only criticism you can say of Patrick Mahomes is he throws a lot of interceptions that don't get caught with the drop in. But even then, it's becoming a thing where I don't even think you can hold that against him because the defenders just don't catch interceptions against him. I don't know if there's something about Mahomes that's causing that or if it's just nerves of facing him. I don't know. But it's almost turning into his skill because he can just say, hey, I'm out of the pocket. 2 guys are coming out this way. 50 yards to Tyreek Hill off my back foot. Guess what happens? Touchdown. I mean, it's just dumb. But it works.
Yeah.
So, Chiefs.
Imagine having to be in the same division.
Dude, it's just... Anyway. That's just tragic, dude. It's tragic. You want to know what's even more tragic, though?
It really is.
What's even more tragic than that is New England losing week 1.
No, it's not more tragic.
It is very... I won't spend a lot of time on this because, frankly, it doesn't deserve it. It was a pretty bad game when you look at it. New England led in every major category except one. Turnovers. I think we fumbled 4 times and we lost 2 of them. So, wonder how we lost. Yeah, I mean, Mac Jones played great.
Someone really fumbled the bag there.
Yeah, Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson. I take away my best running back in the room in the league statement. They don't deserve it anymore. Dude, Mac Jones... Okay, I will say, Mac Jones has proven me wrong so far at every step of the way. And then week 1, he went out there and had the best, in my opinion, the best day of any rookie. Yeah, he winked at him and then threw the ball at him. It was pretty funny. But we lost. Dolphins fans are getting cocky, but
I'm not looking forward to next week for Zach Wilson and the Jets at all.
Who are they playing? Oh, yeah, New England?
New England.
Oh, yeah, that's not good. No bueno. Yeah, especially with Matthew Judon. Dude.
Yeah, I had to pick up a new quarterback for fantasy so I wouldn't have to start Zach Wilson, and because my only other quarterback would be Justin Fields, so I picked up Teddy Bridgewater just to throw in there.
Yeah, because that Patriots defense, man, what's frustrating is Kyle Van Noy got hurt, and it might be a blessing because I hate to say that, but Josh Uche might actually get some playing time. He had like 20% of the snaps and had a sack last. He should have been playing way more. He was great. Again, the Patriots were great. They just fumbled twice. Anyway, moving on. I could rant about that game for a while, but I'm not going to. Okay. I don't know what to say about this game. I'm gonna let you take this game because I frankly don't know what to say. I don't know.
The Packers visibly died on Sunday.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
No one really showed up. Aaron Rodgers would have had a better passer rating had he spiked the ball on every play than what he actually did. Jameis Winston had 5 touchdown passes. Albeit he had less than 150 passing yards, but he had 5 touchdown passes.
First time in NFL history, by the way. That is NFL history. First time a passer has had 5 touchdowns, but under 150 yards.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not surprising, actually.
Yeah, because if you throw 5 touchdowns, you're supposed to drive. I don't know.
I don't think anyone was expecting that result at all.
No, nobody.
The Saints defense absolutely just shut down the Packers. Rookie cornerback Paulson Adebo got an interception, which is pretty rare especially for a rookie corner going against Aaron Rodgers. So that was pretty cool.
That was.
But yeah, I guess I guess the LASIK really did help.
I mean, the receivers were so open. I mean, I don't even know if he was having issues. He could have played that game with his eyes closed. It was atrocious. The only thing I'll say about that game, because I didn't watch it again, I was watching the Patriots game. The only thing I'll say about the Packers game is, how do you let freaking Aaron Rodgers, or how do you let a team who literally has nothing just blow you out that badly? They have Alvin Kamara. You want to know who I think their leading receiver was Jawan Johnson. By the way, for anyone who was listening back last draft, the first draft, he was one of my guys in that sleeper. Remember? It was like the 7th round. I said, Jawan Johnson, he went in the practice squad last year. He converted to tight end, like I said. Went out, had like, I think 110 yards, something like that. He had a good game. So yeah, I was right for the first time ever. Yeah. You love to see it. Yeah. I'll be honest, I forgot about the Jawan Johnson take until I saw him play yesterday, or play on Sunday. I was like, oh yeah, Jawan Johnson. I'll let you talk about the Broncos game, because frankly, I didn't watch it, and I don't care about it either.
Sorry. Wow. I got to watch most of this game, as in, like, halfway through the second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Teddy Bridgewater, he looked a lot better than I expected. Against a pretty decent Giants defense as well. He was making plays when we need to. He was extremely calm under pressure, which is a breath of fresh air compared to what we saw with Drew Lock all the time. Yeah. Vaughn is still Vaughn, got 2 sacks. We unfortunately played without Bradley Chubb because of, I think it was ankle, hamstring, I don't know, some sort of lower leg injury. But he should hopefully be back this coming week. Jerry Jeudy scared the crud out of me.
Yeah, I thought he was out for the season on that hit.
Everyone thought he got dacked.
Yeah, it looked like it too. It was
thankfully bad. It was just a high ankle sprain. He's on IR. He'll probably be out. He's out at least 3 weeks. He'll probably be more around 5.
Yeah.
But I'm just thankful that it's not a shattered ankle.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad
injury. Now it's KJ's time to step up and shine. He could have would have been 50-yard touchdown catch, but he let it go right through his hands.
I saw that. That was tough.
Unfortunate. That was the drive that Jeudy injured his ankle too. So if KJ caught that, maybe Jeudy didn't get injured.
Yikes.
But that was actually something that KJ said he was blaming himself for, like early on, like after it happened. He was blaming himself for Judy's injury.
Yeah, but at the same...
Oh.
You're good now.
Hello?
Yeah, you're good. Okay. You're good now. Sorry about that. I think that was on my
Ronald Darby has also been placed on injured reserve. So that means it's Patrick Surtain's time to truly step into a full-time starting role. He struggled a little bit last week. I'm hoping that was just his welcome to the NFL kind of game, rather than a prediction of the future, but only time shall tell.
Yeah.
Broncos won 27-13, and I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I think that's good. I'm glad one of us is happy this week after their game, because I'm not. Anyway, yeah, just...
we almost scored 30 points for like the first time in forever.
Dude, I think it was a mic'd up moment. You see what Von Miller said to Teddy Bridgewater? And it was so bad.
It's like he hasn't felt that way since 18 was here.
Dude, that's so messed up, dude. But it's funny.
I mean, well, you've had to deal with Case Keenum, Joe Flacco, and Drew Lock.
Hey, don't forget my dude Trevor Siemian, dude. That's the GOAT.
Trevor Siemian, yeah. Paxton Lynch.
GOAT.
Who else? Who else do we have?
Okay.
Brett Rippon.
Brandon Allen.
And Brandon Allen.
There's
7 different quarterbacks.
Jeff Driscoll.
Jeff Driscoll as well. That's 8.
There's more. There's more. There's more.
No, that's it.
Didn't Chad Kelly start a game?
I don't think he started a game, no. He came in a game for like a kneel down, and that was it.
Oh, okay. Because I was like...
That was against the Rams in like 2019 or something like that.
That's tragic, dude. The poor Broncos suck. Cardinals Titans. I will admit, I watched this game again through Red Zone. Because the reason I could say I watched the game is because the Cardinals scored so many points. They were pretty much on red zone the whole time. It was bad. It was atrocious. Kyler Murray just carved through the Titans. The Titans had no pass rush. Shocker, I know. They had no. The secondary was pretty bad without Malcolm Butler and the rest of the people on there. You had even Kevin Byard was getting just ran around on by. He was pretty much guarding DeAndre Hopkins. That's not good. When a safety is pretty much manning up on a receiver, you don't want to see that. The only thing about the game that was good for the Titans is that it ended. That was pretty much it. It was bad. Chandler Jones had 5 sacks. I mean, dude. Anyway.
Calm down, Chandler.
Yeah, dude. Chandler, bro, you should lower your trade value to go to New England at the trade deadline. I don't know what you're doing over there, but you need to calm down. Okay? I know your contract's way too much for us, but anyway. Hey,
Plus, you guys let him go in the first place anyway, so that's your fault.
Hey, man. I'll never forget when we traded him and Jamie Collins back to back. It hurt so much because those were like 2 of my favorite players at the time, and they just went on. Anyway, I digress. The Jamie Collins trade literally haunted me. I was in high school. I remember that. It haunted me for like a day. I was distraught, dude. Love Jamie Collins. Yeah, so Cardinals again, man, if the Cardinals can play consistent, which is their biggest concern, if they can play consistent defense and offense, especially against those NFC West teams, and they even just split or even sweep one series, they're going to be in a great position for like a 3 seed, 2 seed.
Or NFC West teams to the playoffs. Let's go.
You're on track. You're on track, dude. It could happen. Really, it really could. Which is just terrifying to think about. That would be so funny, though, because you would have 3 really good teams as the wild cards. It'd be beautiful. Those playoffs would just be a slaughter. Because you'd be guaranteed, probably 2 games where this will be their 3rd matchup on the season.
Yeah.
That would, or actually 3, because they would have to play each other. Yeah, I mean, it would be just insane. Can my phone just not? Thank you. Bears-Rams.
Matthew Stafford. I love you, Matthew Stafford.
I'm gonna play a little song on the world's smallest violin for Andy Dalton. The man sucks. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. I hate to be that guy. Andy Dalton shouldn't be starting in the NFL.
Dark Fields.
Dude, Matt Nagy. I'm not even a Bears fan. I don't like the Bears. I have nothing about Chicago that I like. 0. Okay? Nothing. But I honestly mean it when I say I feel secondhand embarrassment from Matt Nagy. Dude, you have Justin Fields. And you're wasting games playing Andy Dalton. I understand you're not going to be here at the end of the year. I get it. It would take another playoff run plus a win, which is not going to happen. I get it. You're not going to be there next year. But you have to try. Okay? You have to try something. And Andy Dalton is not that guy to try something with. Andy Dalton is just... He's Andy Dalton.
I think you could tell, like, the locker room is Justin Fields as well.
Yeah.
It's not Andy Dalton's team.
No, and that's why I think... And you could tell from their play, the receivers don't really look like they're in rhythm with Andy Dalton. You could just tell from the offensive line protection was bad, obviously. It made no sense. And it's frustrating as an NFL fan, not even, a sports guy, or just as an NFL fan, to not watch the best players at their positions play the game. Fields should be playing quarterback in the NFL. I don't care. Especially with the success you saw of Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence and Mac Jones. And even Trey Lance had a touchdown pass in his 2 plays. Dude, just go out and start your rookie quarterback. You're not going to compete this year. Just play your rookie quarterback. I don't understand it. Makes no sense. Matt Nagy just is not good at this. And I think So, anyway, that's all I have to say. Little rant. And I hate Matt Nagy.
Yeah, he needs to involve Khalil Herbert in his offense.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, something, dude. Just something, man. Do something. I don't understand it. Why people are just content with just going down, doing nothing, dude. I don't understand it. I don't get it. It's frustrating. Anyway. And then we have the Monday night game, which everyone predicted this, obviously. Raiders walked it off in overtime versus the Ravens. Derek Carr, 435 passing yards. He's the NFL passing leader after week 1, which obviously means he's going to win MVP, as we all know in week 1. Remember when people were saying Ryan Fitzpatrick for MVP after 3 weeks at Tampa Bay? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Yeah, Ravens just got blown out. I mean, the Ravens didn't get blown out, but they are so decimated by injuries. I think Ronnie Stanley is hurt now. Ronnie Staley, their left tackle. Yeah, he's out. So they're going to move Villanueva to left tackle and start Patrick McCarry at right tackle. And I don't know who they're playing, but I'd imagine the edge rusher for that team is happy. Mainly because they either go to the left and face a traffic cone in Villanueva, or they go to the right side and they play Patrick McCarry. I think they're happy either way. But it's bad. The Ravens are not good right now. It could change. It's only week 1, but they're so decimated by injuries to the running back room and the receiver room that I just don't see it happening, man. The Ravens are just...
Kansas City.
Ooh. Oh.
Kansas City.
Oh, yeah, that's bad. Yeah, that's bad. I know Kansas City don't have a good defense, but they don't need a good defense to do that. That's bad. That's really bad. So those are the games. It was a good week 1 overall. I was happy with it. I'm just happy to have football back. I needed something to take my mind off just getting decimated at school. Yeah, not fun. So
from tonight we have the Giants and the football team.
What is it with Thursday night football? First of all, I've never liked Thursday night football, but now you have Thursday night football, but they keep putting the NFC East on. It's like, have you noticed that it's always the NFC East every week?
Big market teams, that's why. Even though they're not good. Even though they're not good.
The Giants aren't even the second best team in New York. I mean, anyway. Tyler Heineke and Daniel Jones. What a Thursday night. This is why I've said this all last year, and I'm going to stand by it. Can we just eliminate Thursday night games and take Thursday night games and put them Monday night second slot games? That's simple. It's not hard, dude. Everyone loves 2 Monday night games. Nobody loves who loves Thursday night football? Who says G?
No one I know.
Who says G, man? You know what I can't wait to do on Thursday is watch some football. No, I'm sorry. We watch it because it's just there. But most of us, the matchups don't matter. And by week 6, they're just like Jets versus freaking Miami, and no one cares. So, anyway, that's frustrating. I probably won't even watch it. I got things to do. But
I probably will because I have nothing else to do.
Yeah, because try not to do that again. By the way, you still haven't gotten to a doctor about that, have you?
No.
Anyway, okay, I'm not gonna get into that. So what's your game of the week? I know we haven't looked at too much, but go game of the week. I have one.
My game of the week. You know what? Why does it give me 2020 week 2? I want 2021 week 2. I'm going to go with the... You know what? Let's go Saints Panthers.
I could see that. I like it. Yeah. I mean, it'll be a test to see how real both teams are. Panthers had a really sloppy win versus the Jets, and Saints just flat out destroyed Green Bay. It was just awful. I agree, but I'm gonna go a little different. I'm gonna go with the Monday night game, Lions Packers, and here's my thought process behind that. You have
the Lions win. The Lions
yes. Listen to this. Listen to my theory here. I think it's gonna be a shootout. I think Green Bay's defense is atrocious, and I think Detroit's defense is atrocious. They lost Jeff Okudah for the year, by the way, to an Achilles injury. Listen, man, 2 awful defenses and 2 offenses that are most likely pissed off, and Dan Campbell's probably going to make them throw 70 times. I'm just saying it's going to be a good game. And this week kind of looks like all one-sided games to me personally. I mean,
Yeah, they do.
like,
They
look,
honestly do.
none of the games look that exciting. The only game you could say is close is maybe Raiders Steelers, maybe.
Yeah.
You could make a case that the Rams and Colts will be somewhat close. I don't think it will. And you could maybe argue Bears-Bengals will be a good game. But it'll be so bad that it's good. All the games are just bad. This is not a good week, too. Sorry. So,
Unless Zach Wilson pulls off some magic.
dude, if New England goes 0 for 2 after losing to Tua at Zach Wilson, I would not be a happy person. I'm just letting you know right now. I will not be a happy person.
I would be very happy if Zach Wilson beats New England in his second NFL start.
Can we just talk about how New England has to deal with both Josh Allen and Zach Wilson in the same division? And Tua, even though Tua kind of. But can we not? Can we not do that, please? I know we have Mac, but can we not do that, please?
I mean, we got Justin Herbert and Mahomes. I think you guys have the easier time here.
For now. But if Zach Wilson decides to be Mahomes 2.0, we have issues. Severe issues.
Well, and also Derek Carr is better than Tua, so.
Yeah, I would agree with that. See, I actually was talking to someone about Derek Carr, and I want to see what you think, because I had a really interesting discussion with somebody. I said Derek Carr is like Matt Ryan. And that's a really good thing or a really bad thing, depending on who you ask and when you ask. Right now, you wouldn't want to be compared to Matt Ryan. I think he's better than Matt Ryan. But he's like such a Matt Ryan player where I go as high as like, I think he's like a bottom tier top 10 quarterback to thinking he's like 18.
Yeah.
Those are the only 2 quarterbacks that make me really go top 8, top 18. And there's like no in between. They're never like 12. They're always top 8, top 18. So it'll be interesting to see what Derek Carr does. I want Carr to succeed, mainly because
I've always liked Derek Carr, even though he plays for the stupid Raiders.
I personally, he reminds me a lot of Stafford, like a dollar store version of Stafford, because he's not as good as Stafford, but he's like a dollar store. He's just stuck on a really bad team with a really bad coach. Sorry, Gruden.
I wish the Raiders would cut him already, so maybe the Broncos could sign him.
Yeah. Hey, man.
That'd be great.
But oh man, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Week 2 is not gonna be as fun. It's gonna be more me just watching the Patriots hopefully beat the Jets. If we lose to the Jets,
And it's gonna be me pulling my hair out if the Broncos somehow lose to the Jaguars.
oh, if you lose to Jacksonville, that's tough, dude. But
Yeah.
Bridgewater should be enough to get you guys over that. I think he will. Bridgewater played a good. Hey man, Bridgewater is trying to fight that notion that he's just a bridge guy. I like it. I do. I like it.
But
Yeah, I
just
know.
a bridge guy.
I didn't even mean to make that dad joke, but I made it. Anyway, so
And it's all under the water.
anyway, so with that, I'm sorry anyone that had to hear that. We uploaded 2 weeks in a row. Yay! Can't believe we did it. And hopefully, despite every game looking like it's going to be a blowout, next week is somehow a good week of football. We just want football back. And it also, by the way, doesn't feel like once football comes back, it just starts to speed through. Like, can we not have
Yes.
that? Can we not, please? Well,
And then it takes forever to get to the draft.
yeah. And then after the draft, it's flatlines. Well, I think that's it. We don't have any special segments because, frankly, I'm so bad at fantasy football right now. I don't think I should be giving advice.
And I didn't prepare anything.
So we'll do those next week. You may not want to listen to my fantasy advice, though, fair warning. But we'll see you next week on the Stack and Shed
His
podcast.
fantasy advice is only good for 1 week. That's it.
Hey, man, that John Brown.
A la John Brown.
All right, man. We'll see y'all next week on the Stack and